Hi guys, welcome. This is data manipulation with Numpy tutorial. Today, I'm gonna talk about copy versus view in Numpy Array. I'll show you the differences and similarities between copy and view practically. And after this tutorial, you will be able to understand what are the differences and similarity between copy and view. Those are just copy the original array, but the difference is view is called a shallow copy, which is the view of the original array and does not own the data. But copy is copies array to the new memory of the original array, and it owns the data. So let's look at the example here, array 2D, and I created a two-dimensional array starting from 0 up to 10 in 2 rows and 5 columns. And let's look at the output. So this is our output of the two-dimensional array. It has 2 rows and 5 columns. We have 10 number of elements in this array. And I want to create a view of the original array. And let's create a view of the array 2D, the object of the array name, the original array name, and we call the function view. And let's look at the output. This is the view of the original array. It doesn't own the data of the original array. So what is the sense behind this view? For example, change value at row index 0 and column index 1 of the view data. For example, let's look at this example. The view index 0, row index 0, and row column index 1 is, for example, 20. And let's run this. Now the value at row index 0 and column index 1 is changed. When you execute the original array again, it affects the view, the changes of the values of in view is affects the original array. That the values at row index 0 and 1, column index 1 is changed. As you can see here, the original value is 1, but now it affects by the view and the value is changed. So this is the view. It doesn't own the data. When you change made a changes on the view, the original array also affects. And also, when you change the values at row index 1 and column index 2 of the original data, the view also affected without any changes. For example, let's look at this example, row index 1 and column index 2. Right now, the row index 1 is this one, and the column index 2 is this one, 7. So 7 will be changed, for example, by sorting. And let's look at the data again. Now the value at row index 1 and column index 2 is changed by sorting in the original array. When you run the view also affected. That is, the value of in the view is changed. So this is what view means. So view is known as shallow copy, the view of the original array, and does not own the data. When you make changes to the view, it affects the original array, and when you changes are made to the original array, it affects the views. So this is the common definition of view. What about copy? Copy is also similar to view, to copy the original array, but it is different from the view. Let's create a copy of the original array, array 2D. let's run the original array. Okay, our original array is okay. The copy of the original array is this one. So it creates a new memory for the copy of the original array. Sorry, it is copy, not assign. Assign is different from this copy. So now it is copied. When you make changes to the copy of the original array, it doesn't affect the original array. For example, let's change at row index 0 and index 1 of the original array. I mean, the copy of the original array, for example, 90. Let's run. Now it's changed the value at row index 0 and 1 in the copy of the original array. And let's look at the original array again. It doesn't affect the original array because the copy creates the new memory for the original array. It owns the original data. So it doesn't affect the original data when you make changes to the copy of the array. For example, if you make changes to the original array, for example, 1, 2, it doesn't affect the copy of the original array. For example, 50. And let's run 2D. Now at row index 1 and column index 2 is changed by 15. And when you run the copy of the original array, it doesn't affect that copy because the copy is already created a new memory. We can check out the IDs of the copy and the IDs of the original array. ID, the memory ID, array 2D. As you can see here, they have different IDs in the memory, the copy and the original array. So this is the common difference between copy and view in Numpy array. So Numpy, view in the Numpy array is to create a copies of the original array, but does not own the original data. And when you make changes in the original data or view of the original data, it affects the data of the view or the original data. But the copy is different from the view. It creates a new memory for the copy of the original array. And when you make changes to the copy of the original array, it also it doesn't affect to the original array. It owns the data of the original array. This is the common differences, and the similarity is just to copy the original array. That is. So this is today's tutorial. If you like this video, share, subscribe my YouTube channel, and also send gifts to support ePython Lab. Thanks for watching today.